Okay, 75. Let's look at 75. It says, calculate the percent by mass of aluminum in aluminum oxide. Grid your answer using 3 sig figs in space 106 of your answer document. Now you are going to get questions like this. Now make sure you read the question carefully. It says grid your answer using 3 sig figs. Okay, so there's no choices here available, so you have to get the correct answer here up to 3 sig figs. And it says space 106, right? So always look for that space in the back of your Scantron. Okay, and now we can focus on the question. So number 75, okay, let me write it down here. Now it says calculate the percent by mass of aluminum in aluminum oxide. So we're given, okay, aluminum oxide, okay, and it says calculate percent mass. So what's it looking for is the percent composition of aluminum, okay, just aluminum, okay, in aluminum oxide. Okay, so in other words, we're looking at the compound aluminum oxide, and you want to find out how many percent in grams is the mass of aluminum in the whole compound. Okay, so first thing we have to do here is, you see it's written down, we're not given the formula. So we have, this is where we go to our periodic table. Okay, and y'all know that aluminum is Al. So we're going to convert it here. And oxide refers to oxygen. So I'm going to write down O2. O here. Now we have to determine our charges. All right, we want to know our oxidation numbers for these compounds. Now aluminum is over here. It's our metal, so it's got a +3 charge. Okay, it's got a +3 charge. Oxygen is our nonmetal. Here it is. It's got a -2 charge. And remember, here, this is where we crisscross. So you see how everything's tied together, okay, based on your the previous videos. So the 2 comes down here. Our 3 comes down here. So formula for aluminum oxide is Al2O3. Now next thing we got to do is get our molar mass. So let's break down the elements for the compound. So we're looking at aluminum, which is 26.982. So I write it down here. So I write down the whole, all the numbers, okay, involved. Now oxygen is 15.999, that's 16, so I just write it down here. Okay, and we multiply by the number of atoms. So we've got aluminum, which is 2, oxygen, which is 3. Okay, and calculator. So we have 26.982, right, times 2. That gives us 53.964. You guys see that? There it is. And then 16 times 3 is equal to 48. And we add them up. Okay, so that's plus 48. That comes out to 101.9 964. Okay, so now we've determined the molar mass of the whole compound, which is 101.964 grams. Now, it's asking for the percent composition. Okay, now percent composition here, it's worded as percent by mass of aluminum only. So we're looking at, here's the breakdown of their composition by mass, right? So we're only looking at aluminum, so therefore we're going to look at this number. So that tells us that out of the whole amount of 101.964 grams, 53.964 grams belongs to aluminum only. So to get our percent composition, we get the part which we want, which is aluminum, that's 53.964 divided by the whole, which is the molar mass of the whole compound. So that's 101.964. And you're going to multiply that by 100%. Okay, so here we go. We just plug it in. Oops, wait, okay, there you go. We got 53.964. 964 divided by 101.964. That's, there it is, 0.529. Okay, and you have this whole long string here of numbers. We multiply that by 100. And that, oops, okay, let's see. Sorry, I lost that. So let's put it here again. So that was 53.964 divided by 101.964. And then you multiply that by 100. That gives us 52.924456161. Now, are you going to write down the whole number? No, that's really long. Now, remember here, it says grid your answer using 3 sig figs. So we're going to convert this one to 3 sig figs. So our first 3 digits here are 5, 2, and then you have your decimal point and then 9. Now, if we're looking at the next number after 9, it's 2, so we keep 9. Okay, if you're going to follow, our sig fig rules. So we're just going to keep that. So that comes out to 52.9%. So the mass of aluminum in the whole compound is 52.9%. So that makes sense. If you look at it, 53.964 is a little more than 1/2 of this amount. Okay? So when you grid your answer, you're going to just grid in 5, 2. You got your decimal point, and then you grid 9. That answers our question up to 3 sig figs. So remember, follow the rules for the sig figs. In this case, it's asking you specifically for 3 sig figs. Okay, so I hope that makes it clear for you for this math part of the test. Okay.